Every day during this pandemic, we've been talking to medical doctors on our air about your COVID concerns. But how about the mental, emotional, and social stressors that come along with not only being in a pandemic, but trying to work our way out of one? Today, we're bringing in Dr. George James. He is a licensed marriage and family therapist at the Council for Relationships. Dr. James, we're so glad to have you because I know a lot of people have a lot on their minds right now. A slim majority of people, about 53%, say they want to go back to work full or part-time after the pandemic, according to a recent Politico Harvard poll. You say it's normal to be nervous and that life after lockdown will be different. So what is your advice for people who aren't totally comfortable going back to the office? And how about people who think they'll be just fine and might run into some stress that they didn't see coming?
Yeah, Allison, it's just great to be here to share this. And it's something I see in my offices. Some of the things that I see in my work with companies is that this anxiety that we feel is normal. And because of all that we've experienced in the past year plus. And so just to give yourself a break, to give yourself a chance to readjust, that it's okay if you don't know if it's safe enough, if it's going to be health right for you health wise, or even just getting back into the rhythm of things at work or wherever you might go. So give yourself a break and also know that you might have differences than those around you, your coworkers or your family members, and that is also okay.
How about going back to school? 71% of parents want their kids back in the classroom, according to that same Politico Harvard poll. But what if parents in the same household aren't on the same page? How do you approach that conversation with your partner if you feel very differently about what the kids should be doing? How do you go about that one the right way so it just doesn't turn into an ugly argument?
This is one of those things that was happening before COVID. Parents trying to agree about what they should do with their children or what school they should go to. Now we add COVID to it. It just adds another layer. But what I say to people is don't let your anxiety take over, right? And don't take your anxiety out on your loved one and your partner. Try to figure out a common ground. Try to work together. Try to think about what is best for you, your family, and your child. And overall, you might actually also see some anxiety in your children. That is also okay. Don't be overwhelmed, but be there, listen to them, hear their stories, and continue to communicate with each other because that's going to be helpful.
What tips do you have for those first get-togethers post-pandemic, right? Some of us haven't seen some of our friends or family in almost a year, if not that long, maybe in months or weeks. And so that's going to be different. Any advice for navigating those social interactions? Because some of us just aren't good at that anymore. We haven't done it in so long.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people like, do I give a hug? Do I get a fist bump? Do I just air hug? It's just like all these things that's just so, it's new for us. But, whatever your boundaries are, it's okay to hold on to that. So if you have family over, be okay to let them know, look, let's stay apart from each other. Let's sit, distant from each other. Whatever that is, be okay with that. And know that you will figure out your new normal, your new routine with each other. And most importantly, stay in the conversation. And what that means is communicate, communicate, communicate. Don't let your anxiety or other things get in the way, but allow yourself and your family members to talk about what is okay and what is not okay. And we will find the solution together.
Oh, this felt like a therapy session, Dr. James. So comforting to have you here with such great advice. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a good one.
You too.